Morning, people. It is 8:41 a.m. here in Georgetown, Texas. A very rainy day today. Going to be keeping my eyes, of course, strictly on the road as usual. But I've arrived today with another Ask Alex question, a bit more lighthearted. This is from Maria from Russia, from a friend. Name the friends if you can. And if they're also from Russia, I'm assuming they are, from Moscow or St. Petersburg, any of the other cities they're in, we can all learn something about our international natures. So the question today is, do I have a favorite football team? No, actually I don't. I used to be the Cleveland Browns, if we're talking NFL. Football, of course, internationally is more known as for soccer than the American or the U.S. version of football in the National Football League. My parents used to watch football all the time, well, every Sunday and Monday night. Their favorite teams were the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins. The 49ers were doing really, really well with Joe Montana as the quarterback, but the Redskins were doing okay back then with, oh, Lord, Roger Staubach was the coach. I'm pretty bad with names here. I'm going to get dinged on it by football fans. But point being, I really haven't watched football in a long time. I don't really have a favorite team. It's fun on when it's possible and not during a pandemic to be able to get together with the family and see the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving. Cowboys haven't exactly been doing great. There is a bus that is stopped in the rain. It is very, very heavy rain, ladies and gentlemen, and I think a car was following a bus a little too closely, and now people are, oh boy, rear-ended, but the car got the damage. All right. Anyway, the phenomenon of sports. There's lots of things surrounding sports. In fact, I'm looking in my rearview mirror to see who's coming up on my right-hand side. The phenomenon of sports in the United States has been linked with some political issues and whatnot, but even though I don't really watch sports myself, I consider it to be a good thing in certain ways. I think that learning to play with a team is a really good thing. I think being competitive can be a really good thing. It can also be a very bad thing, just like a lot of other aspects of life. There's a balance to be had there. So I have seen a side of sports here in the state of Texas I'm not the biggest fan of. There's a bit of more of a lean towards using public money and trying to get as much private money as humanly possible to fund sports teams, which I don't know for sure, but it seems to go against other aspects of education at these institutions like high schools and small colleges. People can spend their money how they want, whatever. My personal belief is that I'd sooner see money go into social training and emotional training in schools, so that we don't all end up like a bunch of frickin' idiots on social media as we grow up, as opposed to sports. Or at least balance that with sports. It shouldn't be sports first and then we worry about how we're going to not behave like morons when we grow up, and be able to think critically. Anyway, getting a little bit deep there, but that's an answer to your question, Maria. There's plenty more that are lined up from other people, but let me know if you can remember the questions from who these friends are in Russia. Thank you so much for asking, and I'll see you all on the next one. And as a matter of fact, I probably need to keep talking because I don't want to actually touch the phone right now. So let me think about something else to talk about. I've answered the question. Let's think about maybe an update. Omega Force. Wow. Oh, here's something interesting for fans. I'm influenced by a lot of factors. Afterburner, Vapor Trail, the old arcade sampled guitars in games is something that I really enjoy. Lords of Thunder, actually more or less fully recorded band guitar songs that are brilliant and have been played live by bands called Lord of Thunder, with good old Brandon Hood on bass, which is where I first met him, I think. Also, so there's lots of that inspiration. But I decided to just sort of look at behind-the-scenes videos of Metallica. And there's some really silly humor / oh my gosh, is this really what they did in the studio with Bob Rock for the Black Album? Hey, don't knock it. The Black Album's their biggest selling album. It's a brilliant album, regardless of what kind of shenanigans went on in B-roll, and maybe it was put on for the benefit of the fans or whatever. But I realized I have not done significant listening of Slayer, Danzig, or Misfits, and I plan to change that, ladies and gentlemen, and do at least an homage to some harder guitar playing. So now I'm pulling up. You're probably going to lose the signal, and I'll catch you guys later.